Right, it's good to have you here on Potter's Wheel. So with regards to the question that has been posted thus far via the link that I provided, I'll be responding to two of the questions via this video. So the first question was sent in by someone who said he's in a relationship with a lady and the lady has been with him through thick and thin, but then he doesn't have a steady income and he doesn't want to let go of the girl. He wants to marry her, but to him, his cash flow is not steady. So first and first that I'm going to say to this person is, what is your definition of a steady cash flow? Yes. So for a person, 200,000 is not a steady cash flow income per month. For another person, 500,000 is not a steady cash flow income per month. For another person, 1 million is not a steady cash flow income per month. So it all depends on your own definition of a steady cash flow income. But then I'm going to say to you, before you get married, before you even plan on getting married, you should make sure that the income that you have, the finance that you have, can put a roof over your head and your wife's head, can feed you and your wife, can provide for you and her the basic amenities that are needed: food, clothing, and shelter. These three things, they are basic. So as long as the finance, the income that you have can cater for these three things, I think you are good to go. Cater for it in the sense that it can cater for it per month, per month, per month, per month, per month. Not cater for it only 1 month and then till the next 6 months before you are able to meet up the need again. No. It is that is not steady. But what you receive every month should be able to provide these certain things for you and your wife. You should be able to put 3 square meals on your table. It's necessary. So your definition of a steady cash flow income, it's very, very important. And then secondly, I'm going to say to you, there are 2 types of ways to go into a marriage. You can decide to go into a marriage armed. You can decide to go into a marriage empty. So for the first one, armed means you can provide for these basic amenities. Empty means you cannot provide for them at all, but you just want to get married, quote and unquote. You see, these are 2 different things. I strongly advise you not to go into a marriage empty so that you don't suffer somebody's daughter. It's seriously not good. But then if you're going in armed, you can provide these basic amenities and everything. It's fine. As long as you have a vision that you are working on. I said a vision that you are working on, not a vision that you have written down and you are not working on. See, it's not just enough to have vision. If you have a vision and you are not working on that vision, what is the use of the vision? So if you can provide these basic amenities, but then you have a vision for increase, you have a vision for expansion, it is fine. Bring in the lady, both of you should work on the vision together and see how you can increase and make the table more larger. That is why I always tell ladies, work. Work, do something. Don't just depend on your husband alone. Because if your husband is working and you are working, it makes the table bigger. So if the table was supposed to be 30 by 30, but by virtue of you working, the table becomes 100 by 100 because it is now joint effort. So all the responsibility should not just go on him alone, but it is necessary that you as a lady, you are also working, you are also doing something so that everything does not depend on him alone. And then thirdly, if you are not doing anything at all, start doing something. I believe that God did not send anybody to this earth empty. I believe that there is something in you, there is something within you that makes you unique. There is something that you have that the world is waiting for. In fact, see, if you don't harness the gifts and the potentials in you, you are depriving your world of that thing that has been placed in you. So dig deep into yourself. Find out that thing that you can do. Learn it well, become excellent at it. If you need to meet mentors, meet up with mentors. See, if you don't have, let me tell you something. Sometimes you have these gifts, you have these potentials, but then you are aspiring to meet mentors that you cannot even meet. Make do with the ones that are around you. Make do with the ones that are around you. The ones that you can see, make do with them. Strive for excellence. Pursue excellence. See, spirituality and excellence can exist together. There is no use for you saying that you are spiritual and then you forget about excellence. Why? When the both of them can coexist. So as much as you want to be spiritual, whatever you are pursuing in life, whatever gifts, whatever potentials you want to harness, be excellent at it. So I feel with all this, you should be able to know what you need to do. And as the lady, I would strongly advise you to start doing something to support whoever you intend on marrying. Don't just go in empty-handed. Don't just go in empty-handed. And then for the second question, yes, the lady, she's in a relationship, but then she feels that the man is not ready to settle yet, but she wants to settle. Okay. I usually tell people, see, unless you just want to go into a relationship to do lover girl, lover boy, and then after that you are gone. But if you are in a relationship and you are serious about that relationship and you are trusting God that that relationship leads to marriage, before you even start the relationship, there are certain things to settle. You as a lady, if you plan on getting on marrying in the next 5 years, you should not get into a relationship with someone that plans on getting married in the next 10 years. You want to marry in the next 5 years, but you're in a relationship with someone that wants to marry in the next 10 years. How can it work? You are going south, the man is going east. How? Even the scripture said that, well, can two work together unless they agree? Two cannot work together unless they agree. So if you have not come to that point of agreement, sister, after your 5 years, you cannot force a man that plans to get married in the next 10 years to come and marry you because he's in a relationship with you. It is not his plan. So before you even start the relationship, as long as you believe that, okay, I want this relationship to lead to marriage, settle this first. So if you plan on getting married in the next 5 years, you should be going into a relationship with someone that plans on getting married in the next 4 to 5 years. Your vision is correlating. But when your vision is divergent, how will it work? It can't work. So you find out that, okay, the plans that you are making, maybe there are certain things that you need to put in place in the next 5 years because you intend on getting married. You find out that the man is doing something else because his plan is not in the next 5 years. His plans are in the next 10 years. So it can't work. And then, secondly, there are two types of men. There's the one that is totally scared of marriage. He's not interested in marriage. He doesn't even want to get married. He just wants to be a lover boy. That is all. Then there is one that is interested in marriage and also interested in love at the same time. So these two types of people. So if you are a lady that is interested in marriage, you want to get married and all, you should have nothing to do with someone that is not interested in marriage but just wants to love. It's not his plan. It's not his schedule. Do you get? Yeah. Then for the other one who wants to get married, but then there are certain things he wants to do, there are certain things he wants to put in place. Okay, that is the type of person that you can be with. But then before you go into the relationship, plan with him. Know his visions. Know where he intends on settling down and everything. Do you get? So seeing that you are at this point where the guy doesn't want to even talk about marriage and all, but then you want to settle down, you're interested in marriage, I feel you should call the guy. Both of you should sit down and have a serious discussion. Where are you headed? What are your plans? Do you have plans for me, or you just intend on keeping me as someone that you love? So if you don't have plans for me, let me move. But if you have plans for me, fine. What are the plans? Is it the next 10 years? Is it the next 5 years? Is it the next 3 years? Is it the next 2 years? So lady, you might be there thinking of marriage and the man he's not even seeing you as a wife material. So you should have this discussion. So I hope I've been able to do justice to your questions, and the link is still open for more questions from now till Tuesday. So see you on Tuesday by 4 p.m. KFC Yuanjen, where we'll talk about the probabilities of love and we get to discuss on certain questions. Thank you. God bless you.